Rick here. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I've recently hit a little snag with and that I recently found very interesting. It's the subject of emulation, as you can see from the title. Is it legal, and what are the morality? What's the morality of it? Because obviously the benefit of being a console gamer is that we have all the backwards compatibility you could possibly want. But what's the morality of it, and what's the legality of it? Well, let's start off with the legal part of it. You have to own the game in order to emulate it, period. No matter how long ago it is from, even if it's 5 years old or 30 years old, you need to own the game. Unless it's become public domain, of course. Now, let's delve a little bit deeper into this. I'm speaking from a source of the federal government. I'll link to the copyright laws. It's mainly page 11 that I'll be quoting. Not really quoting, but paraphrasing. Excuse me. Basically, one, you need to own a copy of the game. You need to own a copy of the previous media form. And the government also says that emulation is legal when the media form that the original game was delivered in is obsolete. Now, the government provides an example of a game that has become obsolete by talking about floppy disks. So I'll help you guys out with that. Imagine you have a copy of Doom on your floppy disk. You can't use that copy of Doom anymore because most modern computers don't come with a floppy drive. So you're not going to be able to play that Doom. And at that point, it's okay to emulate your game, because you own a copy and the media form is completely obsolete. Now, that is the example the federal government gives. I don't think the distribution of them online is completely legal, but then again, they're available, so feel free to use them. Now, number two, the morality of it. Now, let me just put you in this scenario. Imagine yourself wanting to see a brand new movie. It's coming out straight to TV. Let's just say it's a new TV show. Why not? You want to watch this brand new TV show that just came out. Looks really good. It's like Game of Thrones 2 or something like that. And then they come out, HBO says that you can only watch this new show if you own a Samsung TV. And since you own a Vizio, that's too bad. You can't watch Game of Thrones 2 now because you don't own a specific TV. Most people will say, that's pretty stupid. I should be able to utilize that media through whichever platform I decide. Well, that is how gaming works, essentially. This is the competition that goes through gaming. Microsoft has their Halo, PS4 has their Red Dead Redemption and their The Last of Us and God of War. It's a competition for whatever reason. These companies are locking away game titles. And I don't think PC does it as bad. I'll be blatant about it. I mean, there are a ton more exclusives. Everyone knows there's a ton more exclusives than there are on consoles that are on PC. However, that's because there are a lot of small developers that can't get on consoles. I think every single tiny developer who made games for PC would love to have put their games on console. However, they're too small time. Microsoft and Sony wouldn't allow that. Now, I'm not bashing Microsoft completely because now they do have the Xbox Store, the Microsoft Store on PC. I can play Halo games now. I can play some of their Xbox exclusive games. Now, while I think it's a little ridiculous I can't access it through an already previously established DRM, I'm okay with that because now I can actually give my money to the developer for the game they made. I don't have to emulate Halo Reach. I can actually play. I can buy it from them. On the other hand, Sony has done nothing of the sort. They have not tried at all to bridge this gap. In fact, they've taken steps against bridging this platform gap. I mean, they frequently boast that, they have The Last of Us and Red Dead. There are bundles that come with these games with the PS4 in order to lure you into thinking that you're spending less money, but in actuality you're spending $400 for one game that would run on PS4. I mean, even if you emulate it on PC, it's still going to look better than on the Xbox or on the PS4 because it's a PC. I mean, depending on the quality of your PC, of course. But I mean, it's just ridiculous that Sony is allowed to do this. You know, it's just I hate it. I hate how they do this. And so that brings me into the morality of emulation. Now, I don't think it's 100% okay. I don't think it's okay at all, in fact, to emulate games when you can access them through a DRM and give your money straight to a developer. If I'm not going to emulate GTA San Andreas. Yes, I own it on the original Xbox, so technically I could, emulate it. But I can also pay the original developer for it because it's on Steam. I can pay Rockstar money to access San Andreas on my PC. Sony has done nothing of the sort, and when that PS4 emulator comes out, you know well I'm going to be playing The Last of Us the day that thing comes out. And if Sony comes out with The Last of Us, today or tomorrow, they put Last of Us on Steam, all PC gamers can play it, that's great. That's fantastic. But if they put it out weeks from now, if a PS4 emulator comes out, and then the PS4, Sony decides to put out, The Last of Us and Red Dead and all their exclusives on PC, a week or two after that, no, that's unacceptable. That's just clear money grabbing, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, I'm okay with them doing it just because whatever, but I'm not going to pay for a game that I can now get for free because you decided to lock away your games. So that's basically my moral standard for it. If a company decides to lock their game away, you know well that I am going to do everything in my power to be able to get that game in any way, shape, or form for free, because I'm not going to pay a developer to lock games away from all gamers, and no one should. No one should. Anyways, that's the end of my video. That's the end of this little talk. Thank you guys very much for watching, and take care.